My name's Sam Branson, I'm 22 from London. I joined the expedition because I joined Will on the Baffin Island Expedition last year, and he invited me along on this trip to highlight climate change at the front line in Ellesmere Island. And I got involved because I thought in my position I could inspire my peers to sort of take leadership roles on the issue and be proactive and get out there and actually do stuff. We joined 3 weeks at the end of a 2-month expedition, and it was a great experience. You know, dog sled travel, being out in the Arctic conditions, and seeing climate change, well, the effects it's having in the Arctic firsthand. I think this expedition is sort of young audience. Oh, sorry, young audience, but also young explorers. 5 of us are under the age of 28, and sort of I think for young people to see people of their age going up to the Arctic. You can relate a lot more than an old explorer, I think it'd be good for them to put a face to the issue and sort of people they can relate to. I think that what we've got to realise is that we're the generation who are going to take on the planet, and we are in the planet now. But soon, young people are going to be in positions where they can make an influence, and if they're educated about it, then when they're in a position when they can do something, then hopefully they will. And the more educated you are, the more you understand your environment you live in, the more you can adapt to changes that will occur from global warming. And we can't do anything about some changes, but we can minimise those changes. I think lots of different things. Being out on the trail, and I got a taster of what it was like to completely get rid of all the clutter in your head, all the little things you've got to do, and I'm sure after 2 months into the trip, that clutter's going to be completely gone, and it sounds quite cliche to say, but at one with nature, you're sort of really in the elements around you, and you feel kind of very natural living off survival instincts, and I think sort of looking forward to that. When I watch films and I get excited about tribesmen, I can actually be a part of that and get a sense of what that would be like myself. Biggest fears are probably the cold. Sometimes it's fine, but when you're harnessing up the dogs, you've got to take your outer mitts off, and when it's windy, that sort of chill really gets to the bone, and it's not a very nice feeling. And when anyone asks me what my 2 worst things the last expedition were, one is going to the loo, which isn't the most comfortable thing, and also your breath freezes on the inside of the tent when you're sleeping. So when you wake up and you're a bit groggy, you've got little snowflakes falling on you and getting in your top and stuff. But apart from that, I'm really looking forward to it. There's a few highlights, but I think seeing the polar bear has to be one of the most amazing experiences. You go up to the Arctic and all you want to see is a polar bear, really. It's what you hear about it, and it was fascinating to see it and right out in the wild, and when it was looking at us and being inquisitive, and also feeling safe enough to not completely freak out and panic, because we had 8 Inuit hunters with us, and I knew if it got serious and we'd be okay. But it was amazing to see out in the wild. When you watch films and documentaries, you get inspired, you feel really sort of proactive and you're going to do something about it, but it's so easy to get absorbed back into your daily life and not actually end up doing anything. And I think if someone feels inspired by what they're watching or wants to get involved, then as they're feeling that inspiration, do something then that, or make a pledge to yourself: I'm going to never leave my phone charger plugged in again, or I'm going to never fill up the kettle too high when I'm just... Little things like that. And as soon as people start doing those little things which don't really affect their daily life, in their mind they're already implanting this sort of subconscious awareness of their environment and being aware of the energy they're using. And I think that sort of has a knock-on effect to bigger things. And when they're in positions where they can make big difference, then they will, I think. I do all the little things like turn my lights off, energy-saving light bulbs, not travel too much in my car. We've got building a place out in the Caribbean, and we're trying to make it 100% environmentally friendly, and setting up windmills and choosing products and companies that are going green, amongst the sort of daily life things, and then other things, writing books and going out to the Arctic and trying to inspire people. I've been lucky enough to travel to some beautiful places, and I watch documentaries on Animal Planet, and our world is fascinating and beautiful, and it inspires me all the time. And it seems massive compared to us, but it's such a fragile environment, and slight changes can really affect that, and we're starting to see it on a small scale. And I think it would be a real shame to see nature and everything disappear due to our laziness to get informed and do something. You know, not make drastic changes to your lifestyle, but just educate yourself about it. Because if you don't understand something, you can't do anything about it. Seeing young people going up to the Arctic will be, you know, something you can relate to. And I think by being up there and an interactive expedition, we can sort of take people from their homes to see firsthand the effects. They can't actually go there, but you know, it's second best. And when you actually get up there visually and you see things and hear our experiences, then you can sort of relate to it a bit more than being this mad, fascinating place, the Arctic, that you don't know anything about. There's going to be video feeds, we're going to do audio dispatches, so it'll basically be a weekly follow-up of what we're doing, sort of thoughts and comments from each individual members, video footage of up there, action stories are going to be on the website from different people around the world, being proactive and all the things that they've done. So just hearing stories about what people are doing, I think, you know, and realising that it's not that drastic, not that difficult to make slight changes to your lifestyle, and the alternatives are a lot worse. You know, I think that it would be a real shame down the line if my kids said to me, you know, we're living in a different world to what you lived in. You know, why didn't you do anything when you had the chance and you knew what was going on? That would be the real shame. You know, if we didn't know, we could kind of justify it, but we kind of know what's going on, and it seems a shame for that all to change because of, you know, people being too concerned with what they want and materialistic things.